Okay, hello everyone. For anyone who saw me pop in a little while ago, here we are again. Don't know, something happened with the technological world and the video, and it didn't really pan out, and it got deleted. So here we are again. No problem. I'm here to talk about trust. So today we are talking about trust. Put me on in the background if you don't feel like watching, and please let me know if you are here or if you're here again. Comment replay in the comments if you also watch this at another time. Let me know. Okay, so trust. Today we're talking about trusting your body, trusting this process, and trusting in the future. Trusting yourself that you will be able to have new thoughts and engage in new behaviors in your future. Because I know that the fear of what will happen if and when you give yourself unconditional permission to eat. That's what we're talking about today. The fear of giving yourself unconditional permission to eat is incredibly powerful. And I know that feeling of fear of that future, it comes from a place of not having trust in yourself and in your body. And I know that this fear and this lack of trust is what either stops or tries to stop the majority of you from stepping out of this place that you are now. This life with restrictions and limits, with food rules, or routine to exercise that you don't really want to do. All these things that are taking joy from your life. So today I'm talking about why this lack of trust exists for you right now, why it is so powerful. And I'm going to help explain some of the more biological workings of the body to try and explain what is going on and to give you some reassurance for what will happen in the future. However, I also know that if facts and science really worked, you would all be giving yourself unconditional permission to eat, like yesterday. I can give you that reassurance, and I will continue to do that. But there needs to be more. When we're talking about trust, trust is not a tangible thing I can give or that can be given. So I am going to be asking also some questions and putting some new thoughts into your mind today to help you dig deeper into yourself, to try and strengthen this idea of trust, even if today it's just a little notch up. Okay, so here are the things that I hear most often from you and the women that I work with. You have a fear that if you did give yourself allowance, full permission to eat whatever you wanted, you fear that you will never stop eating, that you would consistently be eating. And you fear that if that happens, you give yourself this allowance, you will just gain more and more and more weight, that you will keep gaining, essentially, that you will never stop. So with that fear, what is it that you are not trusting? So essentially what this comes down to, my friends, you don't trust that you will be able to stop. You also don't trust your body that it will have the ability to send messages that says when it's satisfied, or that it will be able to tell you when it doesn't need more food right now. And you're not trusting that your body would actually want to remain at a place with your weight where it's actually in your best interest. So why does this fear and this lack of trust so powerfully exist for you right now? I want you to start to recognize that there are two things going on right now. Your present experience and the things that you're feeling and experiencing right now. And the second thing is what then that means about your future. But there is a third thing that often gets missed, forgotten. And that third thing is what came first. It's going back a step and saying, what is the thing that is causing you to have these current feelings right now? So I want to just package up this feeling that you have right now into its own container, okay? You say, but right now I am always thinking about food. So if I give myself permission to eat freely, I would just eat all the time because that's my experience right now. So this feeling that you have right now that you can't trust yourself to eat freely is because you are currently not allowing yourself to eat freely. Right now you feel this way because your body is feeling deprived. It's feeling deprived of food. It's feeling restricted of what it's allowed to eat, either based on physically it not getting the energy that it needs, and or it's feeling forced to live by rules or limitations to what it can have. It's just like a little kid. So I use this analogy a lot. When your body is told it can't have something, it is going to want it even more. So we have the little kid syndrome going on, where things that are off limits are more desirable, aka you think about them more. We also have an energy deficit. When your body is deprived of energy, biologically it is going to go into a survival mode and really powerfully try to get you to eat more. Now, how about when you do have an experience, when you do eat past fullness? So with this, we have this thing called the restriction pendulum, which is a natural reaction to when the body feels deprived. So when your body feels deprived, chances are at some point there is going to be a swing to the other direction, where because the desire of a food feels so powerful, because it has to do with survival, you do end up eating more, or you eat to discomfort. And this experience is what creates the belief in yourself that I can't be trusted with food. It creates a belief that you don't have control or self-discipline or will power, and that you aren't able to stop when satisfied. So based on that experience, you create these core beliefs about yourself, and you think that that experience happened because of who you are. When in reality, this experience had nothing to do with who you are. It is physiological, a powerful reaction from your body in its effort to survive. So again, I want you to stop looking at just these present moment feelings and the following thoughts about what that means about your future, and I want you to start looking at the cause. This experience that led to these feelings you have about yourself was caused by your body feeling restricted. Here's a couple more things about deprivation and how the body works. So deprivation is a form of trauma for your body. And no, I do not use that word lightly. Deprivation tells your body that there will not be enough food. There will not be enough for it now or in the future. So one reason that some people may eat past a fullness level is because of an underlying belief that there isn't going to be enough food in the future. A belief that food is going to be taken away or put off limits again. So you have to get it now while you can. When the body believes that food will not always be there when it wants it, its natural instinct is going to be to eat as much of it as it can at any opportunity. Now, your body can get this belief when you skimp on portions, when you take out certain foods from your diet, or even when you just are chastising yourself about what you eat. Deprivation is also what makes you hyper aware of food, because your body wants you to help yourself by eating, which is what's making you feel like all you can think about is food. But again, this is not about your abilities or who you are as a person. I want you to again back up and ask, what is causing this feeling in the first place? Here's something else. For those of you who feel like you can never get full, here's something. You will not know how to honor your fullness if you don't know how to honor your hunger. Okay, I'm going to say that again because I don't have anywhere to write it down. You won't know how to honor your fullness if you don't know how to honor your hunger. Which honoring your hunger means not waiting until it's absolutely screaming at you, but rather learning those earlier signs and giving your body enough of what it needs. Another biological fact is that when you are not following your hunger cues, your body is naturally programmed to pump out more of those hormones and neurotransmitters that drive your body to want to eat, meaning more feelings of wanting food. It's physiological. It doesn't have anything to do with who you are. You are not trusting yourself right now, but I also want you to realize that your body is not trusting you. This is a two-way street. You are not trusting yourself because of what happens when your body does not trust you. So to be able to find freedom from all of this, these anxieties, these thoughts, these feelings about yourself, you have got to step up to the plate. You have got to be the parent to your body and help your body trust you. So now let's move on to what is going to happen. What's going to happen when I do give myself this permission to eat? Often my clients say something like, okay, so I'm giving myself this unconditional permission to eat. What if I never buy anything but cake and ice cream again? So here's the thing. You may go through a cake and ice cream phase, or a brownie phase, a croissant phase, a chip phase, whatever it is for you. You might. So let's start to accept and just prepare for that possibility. But I assure you that that phase will not last forever. And to explain this, I like to use the analogy of the honeymoon phase. So you may very well go through a honeymoon phase when it comes to eating a certain food. So a new relationship, right? Things are new. Maybe you're getting some things that you haven't gotten in a while. So you want that thing all the time. You probably can't get enough of it until, for anyone who's had a relationship that's lasted for a certain amount of time, until that honeymoon phase starts to go away. You know this happens. The honeymoon phase fades. It's how our psyches work. Humans, we love pleasure. We need pleasure. It's something that's wired into us. And when something is novel or new, there's an actual added pleasure behind it. That is fact, biological. But that high level of pleasure is not sustained. When you have been restricting a certain type of food for some time, you will really want it. And you will probably have really intense cravings for it. Maybe that'll be all you want for a little while, like that honeymoon phase. But like that honeymoon phase, the luxury will die off. What makes your body's relationship with food any different? And hey, you will want those foods again, but it won't be in that frenzied, urgent, want it all the time kind of way. Trust, see where and in what other ways you and your body have ridden this roller coaster of wanting a lot of something at the start and then seeing that desire even out. Now, coming to the end here, as I said before, talking more about what happens when you're going through this, when you are ready to heal your relationship with food. Deprivation is a form of trauma, as I said. So as you start to give your body the foods that it's wanting, your body is going to be scared and cautious. Up till now, it has not trusted that there will be enough for it in the future. So it is going to need a lot of reassurance and a lot of really gentle, kind, compassionate coaxing. It's going to also need time. Your body is just like a little kid who has lost its parents or been lost for some time. You need to reassure it constantly now that it is going to be safe, that it's going to have enough. And that also means that right now your body is going to ask for that reassurance consistently for a while. So my clients say, but it's still asking for more food. It's still saying all weird stuff and wanting more food. And your body is going to say things like, can I eat again? When can I eat again? Is there enough food? Are you sure that was enough? Is there more? It's going to ask for more food. And it's probably going to be also confusing with its hunger and fullness cues. Your job is to continually tell your body that yes, there is going to be enough now. I promise you. And you do that with your actions. This is how you need to treat yourself and your body as you come out of this place of restriction. How would you speak to a scared child? Or how would you treat a scared animal? Then your body will start to trust you. And then those feelings of urgency or frequency of thought will dissipate. Your body won't feel the need to because it no longer feels deprived. I'm going to be talking about set point weight and set point theory in another workshop, another live. So more on that later. But just know that when your body trusts you, you will find your happy, healthy place. And your body won't just want to continue gaining weight into oblivion. So let's summarize. You feel this way now, like you can't trust yourself because you are restricting and because your body feels deprived. The way to heal the way to heal your way through this and the things that you believe about yourself is through giving yourself and your body allowance to eat what it wants and what it needs. The way to stop feeling out of control around food or like you are always thinking about food or like you will never stop eating food is to help your body trust that food is there and it's okay to have. And you do this by working to dismiss rules about good or bad foods or allowed or not allowed foods, and by working towards giving your body permission to eat. And this, my friend, breathe, this can be done in steps. It can be done at a pace that feels safe and doable and okay for you. It doesn't have to be done all at once or all or nothing. But it is going to take support. It does take support. It takes tools and strategies and accountability and feeling safe with a support system. So to end here are some questions that I want to leave you with, okay? So right now you are not trusting. You're living in a place where you're not trusting. What is this place of not trusting doing for you and for your life? How is it working for you? 2, what would being able to trust, so what would trusting do in your life, do for your life? If you can imagine yourself trusting and bringing in a sense of trust, what changes would you see in your life? Lastly, here's something else I want you to think about. Right now, you know that how you are living does not make you happy. You know that it's probably pretty crappy and that it sucks. I'm sorry to not be very professional, but you know that with certainty. So this is your bucket right now. It is filled with 100% certainty of the unhappiness that you're experiencing. Here's your future bucket. Its contents are unknown, okay? But unlike your current bucket that is 100% full of certainty and certainty of crappiness, your future bucket, it has a possibility of goodness. You are letting this place stop you from getting to a place that has a possibility of being amazing, of being wonderful. You're letting a place of certainty keep you from a place that you don't know the answers to, but that has a possibility of freedom. And on that, I am signing off. If you are ready for support to get yourself out of this cycle of feeling like you can't be trusted around food, or you're ready to break free from what not having trust in your body is doing for you, then send me a message or an email and we can at least just talk about what you are ready to start challenging, what kind of support you are ready for or you're looking for, and how I can help you start to break free. Thank you, everyone. Talk later.